Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to be crocheting this lace skirt together. I welcome you all, my 100 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing, and if this is your first time, please do not forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. So without wasting time, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to be using this foreign yarn. It was a gift from someone, and it is big size. It is 5 ply. It's stretching. I'll need 6 balls of it because I'm going to do something short. Then I'll need the scissors for cutting. Then I'll need my stitch markers, 2 or more. Then I'll need my tape measure, and I'll need my hook. I'm using size 4mm hook, and this is what I'll need for now. So now to start, I'll start with making a knot, and this is how I make my knot. I chain 2 chains and pull it from down like so. So this is my knot, and this will count like chain 1. Then I'll chain 2, then chain 3. So now chain and get the measurements of your hips. For me, I'm making a size 40, so I'm going ahead to make a chain that covers 40 measurements. Okay, now I have my 40 measurements. That's my hips measurements, and when I fold it, it is 20. And I went ahead and added the 2 to it to make it 22. Because we are going to make a length, so I needed to add some extra 2 so that it will still be fitting after making the length, as you're going to see in front there. So this is my 22 measurements when folded together, and the next thing is now to join the both ends together to make a circle. Join the chain that you chained together like so. You just slip stitch in the first stitch of the other side, then slip stitch it together like so. So now here we're going to chain 6 chains, and those 6 chains, the 4 will count like a treble crochet and 2 will count like chain 2, because we're going to be using treble crochet, sorry. So after chaining 6 chains, then yarn over twice, then that same space inside your hook, and grab your yarn and grab your yarn, pass through 2, again grab the yarn, pass through 2, and again grab your yarn and pass through the last 2. So this is a treble crochet. Then chain 2 in that same space, yarn over twice, inside your hook again, grab your yarn, pass through 2, grab your yarn, pass through 2, and yarn over and pass through 2. Next, chain 2, again yarn over twice, then in that same space make another treble crochet. That is, grab your yarn, pass through 2, grab your yarn, pass through 2, grab your yarn, pass through 2. Here we have our first length with the 4 treble crochet. Next will be yarn over twice and skip 8 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then on 9th, in the 9 space or in the 9 chain, you make another treble crochet. That is yarn over, pass through 2, yarn over, pass through 2, and yarn over, pass through 2. So next will be chain 2 in that same space, yarn over twice, and set your hook and pull over the yarn, then grab the yarn and pass through 2, grab the yarn, pass through 2, grab the yarn, pass through 2. So we are making a treble crochet. Next is chain 2, make another treble crochet, Next it will be again chain 2 and make another treble crochet in that same space. So this length we are making a treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet, chain 2, then treble crochet. So this is the pattern we are going to use from the start to the end. So keep skipping 8, then in the 9th space you make another length like that until you get to the end. So when you get to the end, I'll show you how to end and begin again another row. So we are back and we have less than 8 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 chains left. They are less than the 8 we wanted. So what we need to do is to continue, just yarn over twice and make a length on top of that length. So you're going to skip the chain 6 you chained before with 1 treble crochet. In between of two treble crochets is where you're going to put your length. So let's continue. I'll yarn over twice because we are starting with the treble crochet. Then in between of 2 treble crochets, I'll make another 1 treble crochet like so. Okay, then chain 2, then another treble crochet in that same space. So we are making a length on top of that length. Then again chain 2, and again another treble crochet in that same space. Chain 2 and the last treble crochet in that same space. So this is what we did. We did not slip stitch, we just continued with the row, and where you started your row, that's when you put your stitch marker. So this stitch mark is going to be moving. When you reach where you put your stitch mark after making your length, then you put your stitch mark on that very row where you are. So now next we'll continue and make another length on top of that previous length. So the length is in between of 2 treble crochets. You count 2 treble crochets in the middle and leave other 2 treble crochets. So it is in between of 2 treble crochets. I don't know if you get it. So we have 2 treble crochet, chain 2. This is 3 treble crochet, chain 2. Then the last treble crochet in the same space. We have made a length on top of a length. So this is how we are going to continue with this pattern. Always put your length on top of the length and make sure it is in between of 2 treble crochets until we get to the end of the row. Then I'll show you how I start the third row of the length. So we are back and we still have one last length, and we are going to make a length on top of that length. Skip 2 in the middle of those 2, make a treble crochet and chain 2. That same space, make another treble crochet, chain 2. That same space, make a third treble crochet and chain 2. In the same space, make another treble crochet. So for now I think and I hope you know what to do. So follow this very pattern. You make your lens on top of a lens, and when you reach where you marked your work, just go ahead with another lens in that next lens. Then after, you transfer your stitch marker back to the row that you're working on, so that this stitch marker will help us remind us where we started from, and that's where we are going to end our work with. So continue with this pattern until you get to the length of your skirt. So when you get the length of your skirt, then I'll show you what to do next. So this is the only pattern you're following, and transferring your stitch marker to the very row that you're working on. That's it. So continue with this, then I'll meet you. Okay, I'm back, and this is how my work is looking. Very neat, very beautiful. And that's where my stitch marker is. This is where I stopped my row, and this is where I started with the row. And I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 and 20. So 20 is enough for me. You can continue with yours to the size you want. Then I'll meet you. Okay, now. So now what you need to do is now to end your row of lengths, and what you need to do is to single crochet in the middle of that length, like that. Now I've ended our row. So next it will be chain 2, 1 and 2, then in that same space make a double crochet, and to make a double crochet just yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn, pass through 2 and pass through the remaining 2. Next, in the next space, make a double crochet, and that same space make another double crochet. Next, it will be a double crochet in that space. Next is a double crochet in that chain 2 space, and again another double crochet. Next, it will be 2 double crochets in the same space, and next it will be 2 double crochets in the same space. And please, if you've followed us this far and you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe for more tutorials. And in the space you make 1 double crochet. So here we are making 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, and then 1 double crochet in that gap. So remember, before we had the lenses, so we are working under those lengths that we worked on before. So where you chain 2 before under the length, you put 2 double crochets in all those 1 2 3 spaces. Then when you go to that place that separates 2 lenses, you make a double crochet. So now you continue with this pattern until you get to where you started the row from, and yeah, I'll meet you on the next stage on what to do. I am now at the end of the row, and I still have one lens, so I'm working under this lens. I said in the space in between of the lens is a double crochet. In the first chain 2 space, it is 2 double crochets in the same space, and the next space of chain 2 is 2 double crochets in the same space. Then next space again in chain 2 space, it is 2 double crochets in the same space. So this is what we were doing before. Then in that space, we have one space that is in between is a double crochet. Then here we are at the end, and what I need to do is just to slip stitch on that chain 2 that I made before when I was starting my row, like so. So now we are done with this row, and the next thing to chain 2 and start your row now. So now I have here chain 2, and next I will be making front post, but I will be taking 2 double crochets. So yarn over, make a front post, but it is in 2 double crochets. I'm grabbing 2 double crochets. So next it is a back post, still under 2 double crochets, like so. Next, come back again, grab 2 front post, 2 double crochets front post. So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to reduce the waist. The waist is very big, so I'm trying to reduce the waist to the medium size, because remember this yarn is very stretching. It stretches a lot, so I have to reduce the waist to my size. So next is another front post with the 2 double crochets. So I'm taking 2 double crochets front, 2 double crochets back post. So continue until you get to the end. So here I'm at the end, and I still have like a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, a set of 2 or 3 more to go. That is back post. Next it will be front post. Remember, I'm taking under 2 double crochets. I'm making a front post under 2 double crochets, and a back post under 2 double crochets. And this is the end of the row, and what I need to do now is just to slip stitch on top of that chain 2 that I made before at the beginning of the row, like this. So next I'll chain 2 and continue with my pattern, and now I'll just grab the front post the way it is. I'll not add, just take the front post like this and make a front post. Then next I'll make a back post. I'm not adding, I'm just taking the way it is. Next to be front post, and the next it is the back post. Next it is the front post. So this is the pattern for the waist band. We are trying to make a waist band. So continue with this, then I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, we are back at the end of the row, and we still have more to go. So make a front post and a back post until you reach to the where you change your chain to, then you slip stitch. Sorry, I was running out of camera and I didn't notice this, Sorry about that, but it's still front and back post. Then I'm at the end where I chain 2 before, then is to slip stitch. So if you still want your waistband to be big, you can continue with this same method of front post and back post. If this is enough for you, then you stop from this. If 5, 6 is enough, it will depend on how tight you want or how small you want your waist to be. Mine, I went with only 3 rolls here, 3 rolls of front and back post. Yeah, we are now here and we are done with our waist, and I went ahead and made 3 rows of front and back posts, and the length from waist to down is 20 inches. So you can make 20 inches, you can make 30, you can make how long you want or how short you want it. And yeah, this is how mine looks like. I hope you like it. I hope you love it. And I'll say thank you so much for watching, for liking my videos, for subscribing. And if this was your first time you coming across my videos, please do not forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. To all my returning subscribers, thank you so much, and I'll say bye bye for now and see you in my next one.